In this video, I'm going to be talking about the best binocular under $500. Okay, so basically what we look for whenever we're testing out all these different binoculars were how they actually performed, how durable they were, and also the price. And we basically tried the best we could to find one that's more lower ticket, one that's mid ticket, and one that's higher ticket. So basically whatever budget you have, you'll know which one to go with. Okay, so number 3 is going to be the Cellstrad Nature DX. And this is my favorite lower end binocular. It's not going to break the bank, and it gives you the performance you're going to be looking for. They're waterproof, which is super important, and they also are made of like fully rubber material on the outside, which really helps if they're dropped, and it also helps whenever you're holding it if your hands are wet. Sometimes if they're not rubber, they can be pretty slippery, but this one, even if it's your hands are wet or if the binocular is wet itself, it was relatively easy and comfortable to carry. It also has 8x magnification. It's also, tripod adaptable, which is also a big plus. The pros, they're priced really reasonably. They're great for like hunting, hiking, bird watching, pretty much any outdoor activity. They're bright and clear, and then they're one of the more comfortable ones I've actually used in the past. Any cons, they don't perform the best in low light. I definitely noticed that, and they're also they are lower price, so it's not going to last as long as some of the other more expensive units. It wasn't like cheaply made or anything like that. It was good, but pretty much over time, if you keep dropping it, obviously it's gonna break apart. But it's not something that's gonna last for like 10-20 years like some of these more expensive ones. But I mean, it is really reasonable for the price, and I definitely would still recommend it. Number 2 is going to be the Nikon Monarch 5, and this is my favorite like middle of the pack unit, and I'd highly recommend them if you're willing to pay up. They're not the most expensive pair, by far, but they're one of the best in their price range, and I really like them, and I really like mine. I've had it for a while now, and I really have nothing too much bad things to say about it. But the brightness is great, and they're one of the easier binoculars to focus in on, which is really useful. Pros, they have a great clarity and brightness. They're one of the easier binoculars to focus in, properly. They're better in lower light than the previous one, and they are probably the best option in their price range. Okay, so I have tested out quite a few different binoculars from like, the $250 range up to the $400 range. And in my opinion, these ones are, the best pair in that type of range. Okay, so cons, they aren't the best for close-up viewing. So they are, 7.8 feet to them. So basically, if you are looking at something really close, like, maybe it's like a bug or, I don't know, but you might have to like, step back, a few feet. But they aren't the best for close-up viewing. Obviously, it's not a huge, you can simply back up. But there are some other ones that are a lot better for, close-up viewing. And then the next one, they are a little bit narrow, so it's 330 feet at 1,000 yards. It wasn't too bad. We only really noticed it whenever we were like comparing it, but just looking at it, looking normally, it wasn't a huge deal or anything like that. But it's just definitely something to note. But the number 1 pick is going to be the Vortex Optics Viper, and this is by far my favorite pair of binoculars under the $500 price range. They're by far the brightest and most clear ones we've tested that are around this price, and the quality was really top notch. I have a pair myself, and I really like them. Okay, so they're actually really comfortable in my opinion. They actually beat a lot of the units costing like $1,000 plus. So we have tested, quite a few. We've tested, binoculars that are $100, $1,000, $2,000. In my opinion, these ones here, they beat a lot of the ones that are like $1,000 plus, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. Okay, so pros, they are a bit clearer and brighter than other units at the same price. I found them super easy to adjust and focus properly, and then they are really comfortable to carry around and use. Okay, so cons, the only real downside to these binoculars is the price tag. Obviously, they're pretty close to the $500. But that being said, there still are a lot of units that are a lot more expensive, and I'd actually do like these more than most of the more expensive ones anyway. So it really isn't, too much of a con, but I mean, it is definitely something to note. Not everyone can afford to pay up this amount of money for binoculars, but if you are, I would definitely recommend it. But if you are interested in checking out any of these, I will leave a link below, and at the time of this video, those were the cheapest places we could find each of these binoculars, so you can go ahead and check those out if you want to go ahead and do so. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. I'll get back to you as soon as we can. And I will mention our monthly gear giveaway here, so if you want to enter into our monthly gear giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and then comment giveaway down below. Simply do both those and you'll be automatically entered. Alright, so that's going to be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one.